Hello everyone, this is Isabella from Angel Chantress Love. Today we are clearing spiritual interference. There are karmic people being used by dark forces to block your spiritual path forward. Anytime someone is unhealed, they have the potential for being used as a vessel for the darkness to enter. This is why it is so important to do our shadow work, as it breaks the chains that bind us to these lower energies and closes off these portals for them to enter. The guides are speaking about karmic individuals that are being used in the background to block your path forward. These people are meant to lower your energetic vibration in order for these energies to more easily enter your energetic field. As you release old energetic patterns in your field and in your family line, it becomes more challenging for these entities to come through to you, so they become more aggressive as they become more desperate to stop your growth. The demons have inhabited the beings on this planet for a very long time, and they're not going to leave willingly or easily. So it is important to do all that you can to stay strong and call upon your guides and angels, as well as your soul group, to assist you. So we're going to call in all of our guides, angels, ascended ancestors, soul tribe and spirit, as well as on the planet, all warriors and protectors, Yeshua and his followers, the Great White Brotherhood, Father and Mother God, and all who are in alignment with the divine across all time, space, dimensions, realities, and planes of existence to assist in this clearing today. Om Ni Avata Namaya Ho Om Ni Avata He Mikana He Mikana Namikano He Mikana He Ho Namikana He Miale Tolameana O Miale Mekana Mekana Imaka Esota Lamekana Imaka Eona Mekana. Okay, so the first thing I see are 3 wide steps in a semicircle leading up to a wooden door. There are 2 demon sentinels standing guard at the base of the steps holding spiral black staffs. The door is intricately carved with the black face of a demon with 5 large curling cream-colored horns branching off its head. This is the entrance to a demon's lair. There are words engraved above the arched doorway in an ancient demon language. The words translate to death to all who enter. The demon Kolbar that controls these karmic individuals who are interfering lies beyond the doorway. So the guides are showing me a dark-skinned man who lives near me that's being used as a monitoring spirit for this demon. So watch out for any people who just seem to appear repeatedly in your life who may feel a bit off. This particular man is nowhere to be seen when I leave my residence, but as soon as I'm outside, he'll suddenly appear near me, and he always gets too close for comfort. He always tries to engage me in conversation, even if I'm walking away from him. He's very persistent and even showed up at a nearby store I was at and approached me in the parking lot. He said that we are neighbors, but he was stumbling over the name of the area where we live because the demon channeling through him didn't know exactly where I was located. So watch for things like that and do not volunteer any information, as these agents of darkness are sent to block you from your ascension. Demons who are tracking you will attempt to gain your trust and your information. The man attempted to get my phone number claiming to like me, and I refused. A few days later, when I had left to check my mail on the way back, he suddenly appeared from behind my place and tried to talk to me again. I ignored him completely this time and kept walking. So this is a good time to talk about trackers. So if you're being targeted, it's a good idea to work with your guides and your angels to deactivate and remove any tracking devices from your energy field that may be attracting these monitoring spirits. So let's call upon the Archangel Gabriel to deactivate and dissolve any demon tattoos, demon seeds, demonic calling cards, dark force implants, and dark force imprints that may be in your energy field. Also watch for any people bearing the mark of a scorpion or a werewolf or vampire, as these are dark agents which are marked by the She of Envelopment, which are fairies that guard the gates to the underworld. Agents of protection for you may be seen as like skull masks or powerful animal totems. These may appear as words or images on clothing or tattoos or vehicle logos, so watch for things like that. Let's go ahead and clear this energy. Amani vatate amaika esamata yamaka anaya anamia miya vatae amikane alamia te tamane he olamia nana he miane alamio namanamia he olamia vatanamia he alamia manahamania he Ola vosa amnia he ala he amnia he omnia he amnia vata amnia he. So I'm seeing these energies as they're clearing as like black flakes that are spinning out of the energy field, almost like a tornado as they clear. So the guides are also showing me a vision I had the other day of a voodoo priestess in her dark energy. She has dark skin and a colorful clothing wrap, and her hair is bound on top of her head and covered with a colorful scarf. So we're going to remove the influence of her and any other dark spell work that's being channeled towards us. We're calling on the Great White Brotherhood to assist in this clearing. Also become aware of how you feel during moon phases, such as the full moon or a new moon, as this is a time when spell work is often cast. I used to feel like I was being electrocuted every full moon for many years until I began understanding how to protect myself better. Or I would feel dark cords in my legs like I was being pulled downward painfully against my will. And these cordings are established in the Dark Force 3D energy grid on the planet, so they try to like keep you connected to that grid. Opetama eniaha omeate amaniaha emiana emia emiana emia emio eava emiona levia eonovetia emia leoanmia eoveka levekana So the guides are reminding me of a dream download I had a while ago. There's a grandmother that I often trade incarnations with, where I'll incarnate into a life and then she'll guide me, and then she'll incarnate into a life and I'll remain in spirit to guide her. We've been doing this kind of leapfrog incarnation thing to break the generational curses in the family lineage for some time. So in this dream, she was sitting in a living room in a rocking chair, and she was rocking back and forth, and I was standing in front of her facing her, and I heard this discarnate female voice to the right of me who was attempting to mesmerize her into giving her the spiritual gifts that she was protecting that were meant for me in this lifetime to break these generational curses. So I walked up to my grandmother in the dream, and I leaned in and I whispered in her ear as she was mesmerized by this voice and not even seeing me standing there in front of her. And as I leaned in, I said in her ear 3 times, "I am the generational curse breaker." And after the 3rd time I said it, she turned to face me and acknowledged my presence, and the mesmerization spell was broken. So let's clear any siren songs, mesmerization spells, and distraction spells meant to alter your chosen path. Now, the siren energy, I just want to say, can definitely be used to heal and help others. When it's used to mesmerize people to do the will and bidding of another or of dark force, then it's inappropriate use of the spiritual energy. So that's what we're clearing here. Ake maniava, ke amiava, eosiamate, eumia, eosiamana, iana, oeviate, kene, emiaha, oeita, oeama, Iovoke ate omiya. Ionolana ea. Ionolana e. Iovanate tota alavania e. Omania eo. Omania eo. Iamalate ita. Alamalia lo. Aseate mika. Atmikano. The guides are also reminding me of an incident that happened in a store parking lot. As I was walking towards my car to leave, I noticed two young children who were probably around 4 to 6 years old sitting in a shopping cart as their mother was unloading their purchases into the vehicle. And as the little girl turned to me, I felt the presence of this demon watching me through her physical vessel. As I was a bit concerned, for her brother's safety, he turned to me and I saw the presence of the demon in his physical vessel as well. It was extremely unnerving to see this in children so young, but I didn't act against the demon at this time as I felt it was watching me through them and not in possession of them. It's really difficult to see this in young children, but spiritual presences can enter anyone at any time if there's an opening to do so. And it's the only way that they can actually physically act on the planet because they're spiritual beings. They're not actually physically here, so they need a vessel to operate through. And it can be as simple as a child being jealous of their sibling or mad at a parent for not buying them what they wanted. They can enter our pets, our children, our neighbors, our coworkers, our friends, and our family. If you are not channeling the divine frequencies, then you're channeling something else. So please protect your physical vessel at all times and continue to do your shadow work. Try and keep your thoughts as well as your emotions in the highest vibration that you possibly can. This isn't easy with all of the stuff that comes at us every single day on this planet, but it's really important to get yourself back up to that high vibration and guard your energy from these types of beings and clear yourself daily. So let's call in all beings of light and spirit and on the planet as we open Hecate's shield to bind the demon sentinels. O patika nava ataika mikana, ea mikana na ea mikana na ea vikana, amanika atai anikana, ea sikamaka lea hanamia ha, ea mia samata ea mikana. So this channeling that I'm doing will not bind these demons by itself alone, but it'll assist in the process. So if you're meant to bind and vanquish dark forces on the planet, then your guides and angels will gift you with the appropriate energies and words to do so. I am doing this particular binding work in the background as we continue to clear these energies for you. I also have a key decoder that's embedded in my right hand by Yeshua, which I'm using to unlock this demon doorway. Ave tamale avanita na avanita le amananita ha eamika le tolamika na eavika le tolamika na eanala eamiana eamaleo na lemiana eavika na eamika na. So I'm not sure if you can hear all the background noise that suddenly came up as soon as I tried to start binding these demonic energies. But just be aware this is just what happens, Hopefully it doesn't pick up on the recording, but somebody has suddenly decided to drive their truck in front of my place and rip up the road for repair here. So we'll just push through. Okay, so the doorway's been unlocked, and I see it being torn away. My guides are warning me not to enter the lair. Remember that warning sign above the doorway. So we're going to wait for the demon Kolbar to emerge into the courtyard where our spirit support team is assembled. As the demon emerges, we're going to bind it and hold it as we continue with the energy work. Ovide kanale tohomanika emikana maka emikana emika samata halemekana emika mata emikana yemakana esonoko lemekana yemakana esonoko lemekana. So I have this noisy truck to the left of me and this bird just squawking repeatedly to the right of me while I'm trying to do this. So the guides are asking that we clear all the mental energy traps placed by this demon, as well as any emotional traps that is set. So we're going to call in the Archangel Gabriel to assist with this. Ave ote ilamale, ale ole ilamanahe, alamea iana, alamea he, elamea ona, alamena he, iamova ale tolemika he, eamihana, eamie, olamiana, eamie, iamale oana, eania he, eamihana, namio he. So I see this demon being held in gold shackles and chains which bind its arms and legs. And I see the skin around the demon's mouth beginning to grow and close over its mouth so it can no longer speak against anyone. It's interesting. So we're going to call forward any soul contracts that are binding any being to this demon. I see many people who have been affected by this coming forward into the courtyard. I decree and declare all contracts null and void, and I burn them all in angelic fire in Jesus' name. Apataka nekanikala, apataka nekalikana, eanikanola nanayana, olemikanava taekmikana, echomoto alanikana, echomoto alanika, eamikanala eoanamikana, achvikanakanya knikana. Okay, so 2 nights after this clearing was completed, I experienced extreme pain in my legs and feet, like dark force cordings being pulled through the bottoms of my feet. I also felt very blocked energetically. When I asked the Archangel Raphael to reveal what was happening to me, I was shown the Chinese tradition of binding the feet. I was told this also was related to the clearing work here, so I've added this portion into this healing session for everyone. So we're going to clear the foot binding ritual. Even if you don't have a Chinese lineage in this lifetime, there are other bindings which may have occurred, and as infinite beings we incarnate under many different cultures, languages, and belief systems, and any binding of the feet will affect one's ability to move forward in life. So let's clear these bindings at the point of origin, across all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence, which are interfering with forward progress in this lifetime. Alameo, ay, alameo, ayla, yelanava, o, yenalava, olama, alamania, o. Ayataka meo, ayataka no, ayatika nala eo anameka no, ayamiana, ayamiano, alaveana eko anameka no. And they're saying to also clear any broken bones in this area. Oftentimes the feet to fit into these shoes and to bind these people were broken repeatedly. So let's heal any skeletal wounds as well. Abatamaiane o samanae o niyamanae miae ole atanava leone eo imatnala eo ie ichmakana eo achmikane. So I'm calling on the Archangel Gabriel and her angelic team to seal any tears, rips, and holes in your auric field and bring in more of our authentic soul light. Ale atnia ale no Ale atneo ale no eo ilatmata taneo ivaka ito aknikao. So they're showing me to use the sword of truth to stab every chakra center of this demon Kolbar and to slit the energy field from head to stern with the sword of truth to let in the light. I am sending this demon to the high courts for judgment. I am being told that after this judgment, which may take a very long time considering the demon's time on this planet and all of the crimes against humanity that it has created, that this demon will then be sent back into the void of nothingness, and the cleared energy will be used for the good of all following its karmic sentencing. I'm also stabbing all those beings working with this demon with the sword of truth and sending them to the high courts for judgment as well. Apatamae oniyamae oanamanae avarae rio alaekana olamea ianavae tamiale chamalaekana olemiana okamana ekaniavaetia. So I'm going to send out the galactic guardians to retrieve all of the soul fragments for all of the beings affected by the demon Kolbar and bring them back into everyone's individual crystalline cave. So just see yourself sitting inside of a crystal cave. The crystals are all around you and above you. And once these soul fragments are returned to the crystals in the cave, you're going to purge them with angelic fire. Just ask your angels to purge them with whatever the most appropriate colored fires are. And once they're cleared, we're going to grab those and we're going to pull them through our chakra system from the crown down and anchor them into the crystalline grid of Gaia, into the 5D grid. So basically, you're retrieving all of these wounded aspects of yourself, and you're cleansing them, and you're bringing them back to bring yourself back to a state of wholeness. And then you're seeding that light into the planet, into the 5D grid of light and love. And that is going to not only assist you, but it's also going to help clear your family lineage, and it's going to help clear others on the planet. Ame voto, ame vana, imalai chanika lanika, eumikana na eumikana, eliano mananiaha, euyamata halavekana, ialakanikana kailaka, euvikana na eumikana. Okay, we're going to surround our energy fields in Metatron's cube. Everyone has their own individual cube. And we're permeating the entire energy field with gold, white, and silver light, cloaking ourselves in the cobalt blue cloak of Archangel Michael. Achamia, Eamia, Alamio, Yamana, Alami, Olamia, Alamie, Anamio, Anamie, Anamia, Vae. Now we're invoking Sekhmet's mirrored shields to act as a deflector for any energies that are seeking to reattach themselves or to attack. Anahaya Mahamana, Amanea Mahamanea, Omaya Oaya Mia, Omanea Heo Amania, Amania O, Amania O, Amananea Hamana O. It's always important to deflect these energies, because anytime that you disconnect from anyone, they're going to feel it energetically and they're going to try to reattach immediately. They don't need to be attached to your energy. What they need to do is to attach to source energy, which is the whole point. Is, you need to be doing your healing work with source. you're supposed to be pulling from divine source energy, which is available to everyone, unless you're blocking yourself off completely. But you're not supposed to be pulling from everybody else on the planet to get what you need, because the divine will send you who and what you need if you call on the divine and pull from source energy. Everything is available to you. It's only your own internal blockages that are the issue. And, people trying to project into your energy field when you're unhealed creates disruption as well. So it's really important to clear these other people's influences out on a regular basis so that you can connect fully to source and protect yourself better. We're going to call in Medusa to freeze any aggressors that are coming towards us. Amanika vaita maniakane achmiale anameahe imalaya wanahanemehahe yamana hechalamichane. So, a lot of people consider Medusa to be a low vibrational spirit, but she was actually raped by the men who she attacked. So they were taking her sacred energy and she was protecting herself. So even these energies, which are considered low vibrational or from the underworld or wherever you want to place them, oftentimes they're protectors of divine energies, and the people who get attacked by these energies are ill-intentioned. So when I was first learning about fairy spirits and stuff, a lot of them were referenced in texts as being really low vibrational and negative, but I never found that to be the case. I found that they were protecting hidden knowledge. And so people who had poor intentions towards using that energy would be injured or hurt or blocked from receiving that knowledge, which created a lot of these folklore stories and such. So just use your own discernment. You can always ask Spirit to show you the truth. And a lot of times when I'm under spiritual attack by others, a lot of these people or beings, they don't even know what they're doing because they're unhealed or they're unwilling to heal. They're allowing these energies to utilize them. And a lot of times they're just phased out. You can even see it in their eyes that they're unaware of what they're even doing. So it doesn't mean that they're blameless in the situation, because they do need to heal and they do need to recognize that they're being used to harm others. So you want to try and free as many of these beings as you can. Sometimes they come as insects, sometimes they come as animals, sometimes they come as people. But these attacking energies are oftentimes sent by something much deeper and darker than what you're seeing in the physical realm. So if you take a moment to connect with your guidance and actually ask what is going on with this energy. And, the more that you learn how to clear yourself and protect yourself, the more divine protection comes through for you. And you can actually work with these beings that are considered of a lower vibrational frequency. You can free them from who's controlling them, and they will work on your behalf because you've assisted them. And also remember that God has given us control over all of it, over the light and the dark. So don't feel like you can't utilize the darkness for the purpose of the light. And don't feel like, you have to be afraid of the darkness. You just have to understand what's truly going on and when to block and when to stop and when to send back energies. And you'll get to learn that as you continue to grow and ascend on your own spiritual journey. So I'm going to expand my cross of light to transmit to you so you can blind any monitoring spirits in Jesus' name. And these are the people and vessels who are being used, like I said, animals, insects, birds, people. And you'll see it. You'll see in their eyes, you'll see the soullessness of the being that's trying to come through them. You can be minding your own business, but your light is shining brightly enough that it's attracting something that wants to witness through the eyes of someone. They want to watch you. If any of you have been on the journey for a while and have been under spiritual attack, you will know what I'm talking about when I say that you'll see someone's face completely transform, and you'll see the being coming through that person or that animal, the behavior of that insect as it, repeatedly comes at you aggressively, you'll start to witness those things and realize that these are monitoring spirits, and they can come through mirrors. If you have someone you're living with who's not very high vibrational, clear your mirrors, with sage or cleaning them with glass cleaner. Rebuke and blind any monitoring spirits. You're not blinding anyone on the physical plane. You're blinding the ability for them to use their psychic gifts of sight against you, to see what you're doing, to see where you're at, to track you, to bring harm into your situation. So make sure that you're blinding all these monitoring spirits that are coming through. You'll even see them, if you have a television screen that kind of reflects things, you might want to cover it, because they can come through any kind of a reflective surface, pool, anything like that. And if you have psychic sight, you'll see what's actually crossing your path. Let's bring in the cross of light and expand it to all of you so that you can blind these monitoring spirits wherever they may be appearing in your life. Ache mito lemea leveana yanianama eaniala eanamiao alamia kanaka ekaniko esmikana laetao tamikana. Okay, we're going to call upon the Great White Brotherhood to rebuke any spell work and return it to sender times 10. If you're dealing with really aggressive energies, don't feel bad about, sending it back amplified to them, because this is often the only way that people and spirits will learn that they have no right to control or manipulate the life of another. God gave every single solitary being on the planet free will. We all came here of our free will, and we get to utilize our free will. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or says or feels or acts against. It's not their place and it's not their business. So feel free to rebuke all of this and send back any negative projections, evil eye, whatever you want to call it, back to whoever is sending it at you. It could be something as simple as someone seeing you thriving in your life and feeling like they're not and being jealous of you, and they're projecting that thought at you. Or, maybe you have children and someone else is unable to bear children, so they're angry and envious. And wherever the energy is coming from and whatever its intent and purpose, it's really important to guard your thoughts and guard your emotions, because we are all connected and we are all projecting all of the time. So if you're sending out negative vibes and energies to other people, monitor yourself as well and cleanse your own thoughts and try and raise them to the highest vibrational frequency. If you want others to support you and love you and allow you to be free and make your own choices, then you need to offer that to them as well. Ate vahane tama te vahane meta he miahane oia he miahane he miana eolia mana eana meana eolia mana eoana meana. So I'm performing the energy work in the background to vanquish the demon Kolbar in Jesus' name. So be it, and so it is. Ane, ale, ale, ane, ale, ote, ale, ane, alai, ote, alai. So I'm invoking an Arcturian healing chamber for each person connecting to this session whenever you find it, to recalibrate your energy field. Ale, ale. Ale, ale, aliana eta, aliana Mae. Aliana e, Aliana e, Aliana na, Aliana e. So be sure to eat plenty of healthy food, including proteins, drink lots of water, get plenty of rest as all of these energies process out of your field, and consider soaking in a sea salt bath or foot bath and connecting with nature if you can without engaging with too many other people as this energy processes. As always, thank you so much for joining me in this session today and doing your shadow work, which helps us all to heal. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, and donate if you're benefiting from my work. Many blessings.